Hi, my name is Jackie Lucius. I'm a documentary filmmaker, content creator, and I run a video production business here in Antwerp, Belgium. Today, I'm going to make a very quick video about the reason why I picked up a red camera. And if you've been following my channel for quite a while, you would realize that I am a Canon shooter. I've been shooting mainly on Canon cameras, with the exception of once when I had a Panasonic GH5. But I think almost everyone had that camera, right? That was a really good camera. Still a good camera, I would say. I will pick up one if I get a very good deal on it. I've been shooting on Canon C70. I owned two up until 3 weeks ago when I picked up the red Komodo. So I think if you're going to pick up the red camera simply for the image quality, or this particular camera for the image quality, coming from the C70, my advice to you is that you should hold off, and I think you're better off spending more time on your script, your lighting, your story, your set design, your wardrobe, your location, and those things, because the C70 produces a fantastic image. I didn't get the red because I wanted a better image quality. I got it because of business decisions. So this is purely a business decision. This is the reason why I got this. So first of all, I'll tell you reasons why you wouldn't want to consider getting a red or switching from a Canon C70 to a red Komodo. So if you look at the price, first of all, right, on paper they seem like they're in the same price category, but the reality is that they're not. So currently the C70 sells for around 4,050 euros excluding VAT, and the red sells for roughly almost 7,000 euros still, depending on the pack you get. If you get the body only, excluding VAT, you get it for around 6,100 euros. So with VAT, that's 21%. You can do the maths, right? That's almost 7,000, 8,000 euros, thereabouts. When you get the second C70, right, all you need is just a lens and you're good to go, and maybe an adapter as well too, depending if you're using RF or EF lenses. With the red Komodo, it is not. You're paying that amount for just the box alone. You need a cage. If you don't need a full cage, you need some sort of cage to put in your accessories. You need a monitor. The Komodo has a screen that's sort of usable. It's good, it's useful, but it's really useful when you have a proper monitor. If you're going to compose your shots, your exposure, and you focus through that little thing over there, good luck to you. You will end up regretting it. While it's doable, you end up regretting it. Of course, you can control the Komodo with your phone, but I just think if you get a red camera and you're using your phone as a monitor, then that makes no sense. If you can afford petrol, don't get a Ferrari. If you can afford a proper monitor, do not get a red camera. It's as simple as that, right? One thing you should know about the red as well too is that while it is quite light on paper, again, by the time you rig it out, this whole setup, for instance, it's heavy. When you put a Vima battery, you put a Vima adapter, you put a monitor, you put the cage, you put the handle and the top handle and everything, and the lens as well too, it gets heavy. It's not as compact or as small as people want to say it is. Something that you should understand as well too is that this doesn't have HDMI port, it's all SDI. And of course, if you know, anything with SDI is considered pro, and anything that has the word pro in it or has the notion of being made for professionals, especially with filmmaking, right, is usually expensive. So this is the Podkeys BM wireless R3 version. It costs about 700 plus euros. This SDI cable that I have over here is the 12G properly shielded SDI cable. This costs about 70 euros. I'll talk about the SDI. On my C70 currently, I have the Fieldwood Loot 5 Pro or Loot 6 Pro, and this is the one with it's like the Pro version, the one with the external battery plates and all that. It costs about 300 euros. You can get really good ones too for like 200 euros, just HDMI only, right? One thing as well too you should understand is that with this system, right, everything is 3 times 3 more expensive. The cable, for instance, is more expensive. The CFast cards are more expensive. Of course, the Canon uses the V90 SD cards, which is also expensive, but it's still cheaper than the CFast cards. The monitors are expensive. The accessories in general for red are expensive as well. So this is actually an expensive system. And it depends on the kind of clients you're getting, or you have rather, or you're aiming at. This is not really meant for everyone. And if you look at the price to quality ratio, I think 70 is the best bank for is the best camera can get right now for the money. The price to quality ratio is really, really good, and the image is really good as well too. So the reason why I said I got this strictly for business purposes here is because most times when I go on set, I have clients asking me, like also on my C70, right, when I rig it with the V-mount and everything, and the handle and the cage and all that, it looks so nice, you know, so professional. Of course, it is a professional camera. I have my clients asking me, is that red? And I'm like, no, it's not red, it's Canon. I can see that the light in the face like dims a little bit, and then after explaining to them, listen, it is equally as good as a red camera. The image it provides is really good. The image you saw on my website that made you contact me were shot with this camera, but still, they feel a bit unease, you know. I've actually had one client who asked me, well, like, is that a 1DX? I'm like, no, it's a C70, C for cinema, it's a cinema line. You know, I kind of realized I always had to explain myself to clients, and it kind of got a little bit frustrating. Everyone knows name red, even non-filmmakers know red. Now it asks me, is this a red camera? I'm like, yeah, it's a red camera. Automatically, for some weird reasons, they just assume that since this is a red camera, therefore the expectations to be met. And which most times, if you don't know how to light, if you don't know how to expose, if you don't know how to, you don't have good set designs, if you don't have good location and all those things, if you don't even have your pre-production done properly, everything will suck. You know, so but they don't understand that. I bet you if you put an ARRI camera and the red camera side by side and you ask a non-filmmaker to choose one, they'll choose the red camera. They don't even know the ARRI, they don't even know ARRI. You know, so I think Red has done a fantastic job of marketing and just taking over the whole industry with our systems. Second reason why I got the red camera is because I will be working often times than not in the future, and from now onwards in the future as well too, with post-production houses. And most times Red and ProRes, it's widely acceptable. It's no explanation needed. While I do have a good system myself, I have the 2022 MacBook Pro 17-inch version. Really, I think one of those high-end models and all. My C70 raw light footage edits like butter, really good, except when I put certain effects like noise reduction, Davinci resolve, and you know, some other very strong stuffs. Then I have to bring down the resolution to 1080. It's crazy to know that I should actually edit in 4K, even my cinema raw lights. But most post-production houses actually prefer even B-raw, Blackmagic RAW to cinema raw. So I don't know why, but yeah, it's just cinema raw lights can be a bit not the best depending on your system you're using. So yeah, so basically I got this camera simply for business purpose, for business reasons, and also for the fact that I want to be able to collaborate with other filmmakers as well. So I've had jobs in the past, you know, where they requested for either R3D or ProRes, and because I shoot with the Canon C70, I can't provide them ProRes RAW, I can't provide them R3D. Even when I suggest to rent a camera, they go like they want someone with a red camera, and I'm like, oh, a camera that shoots it in ProRes RAW or R3D. And of course, most times it's just red they're looking for, you know. So those are the reasons why. I wouldn't be selling my second C70. I'm still going to keep it. I love this camera. It is fantastic. I'm currently shooting this video with this camera, with C70. I think it's a really good camera, and it is in fact more than most people need. There's no reason to get this except you strongly believe this will take you to the next level, or except you believe the kind of clients you have are looking for this, or except you actually want to start making feature films or stuff that are aimed at Netflix and those, you know, big platforms. That does not necessarily mean you can't do to the 70 as well too, but there's something as well too when you shoot when you tell someone you're making your project with a red camera, you know, even when you appear on set with a red camera, there is something to it. It's crazy. I mean, we as filmmakers, we know that these are just tools. We know that C70 provides a really good image as well too, but there's something about the name red that holds a lot of water, you know. So yeah, so guys, that's the reason why I have this with me. I'll be taking through a lot of tests within the coming weeks. I have a very big project planned out, and I'll be using this for that. I'll be using the red for that. Until then, I would definitely make more videos about this, and I will give my long-term review, short-term review, and all those kind of reviews about it. But I will say for sure this is a really nice camera. It's really nice. I do like it. It's not necessarily a replacement for my C70. No, it's just a different clientele that it's targeted towards, a different project as well too. I mean, if you're shooting a music video for, say, Stormzy, for instance, in UK, right? You wouldn't go with a Canon C70. I mean, there are more chances of you going with a red camera. In fact, even if it's the Komodo, because people assume it's a Komodo, they assume it's not on the same league with the Helium, for instance, or the Dragon X, or the Scarlet, or those things, because those ones are like really, really bulky and have the traditional red look, red form factor. I mean, but I would feel more confident going on set with a red Komodo and a proper cinema lens or a anamorphic lens, whatever, than a Canon. It's just the business that we're into. It's not really, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's just the business. Long story short, I can't really say much about it. Yeah. Alright guys, so that was it for this video. If you liked it, kindly give me a thumbs up and let's get interactive in the comment section. Also, kindly subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. It encourages me to do more of this. I'm a very busy person. I try to squeeze out time for this as well too. And if you give me, if you subscribe to my channel, I think it would encourage me to do more. If you disliked it, kindly press the dislike button twice or 4 times or 6 times. Just do it like even numbers, that would, the more you do it, the better for me. Alright guys, so that was it. Thank you once more for tuning in, for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, you rock. And I'll be wishing you a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Stay safe, and most importantly, keep creating. Adios.